everyone. Happy Tuesday. As you are filtering in, just to let you know, this will be our last formal Senate, but we will still be meeting next week. Details to come. I don't know if you've all seen it, but Miles sent out a superlatives form. Please submit one. You can put the same person for multiple things if you want, or put NA if you don't know someone who applies to that, but don't let the number of spots discourage you from submitting your senators. We'd like to recognize people. So that's just my little reminder as people filter in, and we'll get started at about like 7:03. All right, everyone, we'll get started. Does anyone have corrections to the previous minutes? Any corrections to the previous minutes? There being no corrections, the minutes are approved as written. Thank you. Everyone, we'll just get started, but before we go into reports, is Ms. McNeil here yet? All right, we'll start with reports, and then when she pops in, we'll have her say her piece. Miles, would you like to go ahead?
No problem. I really have nothing else to report except for just transitioning Allie. We met with Vice President Rude today for her first transition meeting with an administrator that I usually meet with. And next week we'll be meeting with the provost to transition that on. And I think someone asked a question about, based on Biden's kind of post about if you're fully vaccinated, you can, you don't have to wear a mask. The policy of Wake Forest is still the same. Wear your mask, do the right thing, and then that's not going to change anytime at the close of the semester. So continue to do the right thing that we've been kind of doing throughout the year. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, Allie.
Any questions for Miles? All right, so before we go into my report, Ms. McNeil, Tim said you had an announcement you wanted to make at the beginning.
Thank you, Allie. Let's see. Okay, so I just dropped a survey in the chat for first and second year students, and Tim wanted me to tell you all or ask all of our first and second year senators to complete the survey. If all of you, and I do mean all of you, complete the survey, then your names will go in the hat for an Amazon gift card. But it requires all of our first and second year senators to complete the survey in order for one of you to be eligible for the survey, for the gift card. Everybody good?
Take a second and fill that out. You want the chance to win a gift card. Does anyone need that to be repeated, or did everyone gather? Okay. Thank you, Ms. McNeil. We'll go back into reports and then loop back to you for the rest of your report. just keep filling out that survey, and we can do a reminder at the end also. So for my report, just a reminder that this was our last week to do legislation. So we are kind of through with formal new business. That said, if something does come up, please let me know. We will be having one piece of formal legislation that will probably come up. It's a pretty ceremonial sort of piece of legislation. So that'll be next week, but that'll be all. And so just keep that on your radar. Again, we will have Senate during this time slot next week, but it'll be a little bit less formal and hopefully in person. Stay tuned for logistics on that. And then I've been transitioning with Miles. Like he said, we have had those meetings. I've met with the new exec and looking forward to kind of moving forward. And then Braden has a little announcement / reminder to give during the speaker's report today. So Braden, if you want to do that now, go ahead.
Yeah, hey everyone. So I just want to remind you all that cabinet applications are out. I sent out an email last week on Friday to everyone, so you should have access to the application there. It will be due next Tuesday at 11:59, so please be mindful of that. Thank you, Nick. And try to get it in by then. And then we'll be conducting interviews the first week of summer. That way we're not conflicting with finals or anything like that.
Thank you, Braden. If you're on the fence about whether or not you want to do it or you're not sure which committee, just fill in the application and we can always talk about during interviews which committee you're most interested in. That doesn't have to be set in stone. So just know that as well. Any questions for my report? Well, then I just want to say briefly right here, since I will not be going through a formal Senate agenda next week, it has been a pleasure to do this all year for everyone. And I'm excited to see Braden take on the reins. So thank you for listening to me drone on for upwards of 2 hours some weeks. I have really appreciated it, everyone. Victoria, you can go ahead. Unless Victoria is not here because she actually told me she was running late. So Caroline, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. So we're reaching the end of the semester. So really all I have is just an extracurricular reminder. If you haven't done your extracurriculars yet, please get them in by the end of the semester. You can still participate in SE socials, and then also you can upload a video for the University Advancement video thanking staff and frontline workers on campus. That's a really great way to give back to the community and also get an extracurricular really easily. So please do that if you haven't met your requirements yet. And even if you have, do it. That's a great opportunity.
Questions for Caroline? Drew?
Hey all, I know Miles sent out a group message about it earlier this week, but please submit a video thanking frontline workers at Wake, so dining staff, custodial staff, etc. I'll send out an example done by Allie later, so like 10 seconds within like the next 2 days would be great. You can just email it or text it, and I will compile them for graduation.
Questions for Drew? All right, Ms. McNeil, anything else to add to your report?
No, not much. I think you all have covered most of it. I do want to say that I want to commend all of you for the hard work that you have done throughout the year. I know I have only joined you in these last couple of months, but this has been one of the most engaged student governments that I've ever worked with. So thank you for all of your hard work on behalf of the students at Wake Forest. I look forward to working with you who are planning on thinking of returning next year. And for those of you who are graduating, congratulations. I lose you.
We did lose you for a second there, but we can hear you now.
Okay. I was just saying that this was one of the most engaged student governments I've ever worked with. So kudos for all of that. Even though I was only with you for a couple of months. I'm looking forward to working with those of you who are returning next year. And for those of you all who are graduating, I wish you all the best. I hope that you have nothing but success. Enjoy this last week and remember that you can always come back as alums and it'll still feel like home. And hopefully by then, all remnants of COVID will be gone and it could go back to what we're used to.
Thank you, Shauna. Any questions for Ms. McNeil? All right, then academic.
Not too much, but I just came back from a DSTAT meeting with Dean Gillespie, and we just had reflections on the year, what we've learned from this semester and this year in general, and just talking about what things might look like in the fall. Some information that she was telling us was that over 70% of faculty have gotten at least one shot, and 63% of students have gotten their first shot. So looking good for the fall, and just really excited to have a lot more in-person classes and just talking about different modalities and all that fun stuff.
Questions for academic? Campus life.
Not much new to report. We do have our meeting with Vice President Rue tomorrow. If you guys have any other concerns, that's pretty much it for us.
Questions for campus life? Diversity and inclusion.
The only thing I have to report is that the Faculty Senate voted on the cultural diversity proposal / revamping, and it passed, and so now it's going to a bigger vote about an entire package around curriculum changes, which will be happening somewhere around finals in May.
Questions for DNI? Judiciary.
Yep. So we're just wrapping things up this week. A couple of things on our radar. We have the dental drive coming up on Wednesday, extending through next week. The original date was that date on that was changed slightly, just so we could have time to set up around campus and fill out the paperwork and all that. PR is going to be posting an update about that tomorrow, but there will be boxes around campus. And I know some people are leaving campus early. So this is a perfect opportunity to get rid of some dental supplies you may not want this summer. So please look into that. One other thing that's on our radar is that the Honor Code Task Force is hoping to release its recommendations for improvements to the judicial and conduct systems by the end of the semester. I have advocated very strongly that student government be informed of these updates, especially because they concern students. So hopefully we can provide some updates to you all once those recommendations are released.
Any questions for judiciary? Physical planning.
Hey guys, last week was Earth Week and we think that went pretty well, so we're excited about that. And the only other thing is we had a meeting with Mr. Wise yesterday, and since Yalmaz won this survey, he's talking with Yalmaz and trying to get it to where it would be open in the fall.
Any questions for physical planning? PR.
Hey everyone, so we'll be posting about the dental drive this week, so make sure you spread that so people know what's going on. Also, we're doing the post on the senior spotlights, really try to hype that up. We've already seen some good interactions and we're super thankful for our seniors and everything they've done, so really just try to share those posts and show some attention on that. Otherwise, we're wrapping everything up unless something major comes up that we need to post.
Questions for PR? Also, Brooke and Jesse, I'm going to email you about posting something. Sorry. We have to do faculty committees. Any questions though? SOC.
Hey guys, so Rory and I are going to be reaching out to the organizations that have in some way pursued chartering in the last year and a half, and just kind of reach out to them and see if they are still seeking to pursue a charter in the next year or so once our process comes back online, or if for some reason they're not pursuing that anymore, or if they've graduated and just trying to get that straight.
And we're looking forward to kicking off things for the summer in relating to getting the chartering process underway.
Questions for SOC? Anything for COVID liaisons?
Nothing to report this week.
Any questions about COVID? All right, do we have any senator reports? New business. Constituent concerns. Announcements. I forgot to say this in my report, but I just want to let you all know that you should expect to see in about a week or so, maybe less, the application for faculty committees to like university committees. I talked to Dean Marsh about doing that today. So getting the works on that, but students who aren't in student government are eligible and encouraged to apply. So once you see this, please send it to your friends who you think might be qualified and interested. I'd really love to see lots of applicants, but again, PR, I'll make sure I text you the details on that. Ethan, you have an announcement?
Yeah, I just want to give a quick thank you to everyone who took the time to write a quick message for our Custodial Appreciation Day. We held that last week in Kitchen. It was super great getting to hear from custodial staff. One thing that I think was a good takeaway from that event was that more often than not, custodial staff try to avoid students on campus and let them go about their business. But they were certainly interested in having more events like that in the future and just getting to know students. So they were very grateful for all of your messages, and thanks again.
Thank you, Ethan. Any other announcements?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Closed. All right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Thank you.